y'all, I wanted to make a quick video and reflect on a really fun experience that I had last night. So, for the first time, I was a guest on a Twitch stream, and the Twitch stream was Bad Blando, BADBLANDO. So twitch.tv/BADBLANDO. And what Bad Blando has done, he has created a Twitch version of Jeopardy where you have contestants. It's called $100 Brian. That was the first iteration, or the first episode of it was $100 Brian, and he had 3 streamer friends on to compete. And also there's an interactive element in chat, so there are winners in chat and you get real money. And it's super fun and very inventive and creative and a hell of a lot of work. So shout out to Bad Blando and to all the mods over there for taking on such a fun and challenging project. So last night was $200 Brian, which comes after $100 Brian, which comes before $300 Brian. So just keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, you want to be money sign Brian. You want to win that money. So last night, it was the first time that he had 3 people on who were viewers, and I got to be one of them, and that was so much fun. I was a little scared. I have been very intimidated by the idea of Twitch streaming and like sitting here. What am I going to do? Sit here and talk to you? Which, yes, that's exactly it. A lot of listening, a little bit of tech setup, but holy guacamole, did I notice that the behind the scenes work that goes into it, it is intensive. It gets real techie really fast. You're like looking down at your desk, you're trying to find a chord, now you're in a pile of chords. Now you're like, okay, but I want this thing to do this, and I need to bring it into here, and I got this source and this output. It gets really, really like in theater. It would be like the techies, you know. You need the AV club basically to to create productions, and so Bad Blando has created this concept, this really interesting format, and the possibilities are endless with it. So it was really cool. I think that in the first $100 Brian, you could tell that he was a little nervous, which is just human. It's totally just human. And he definitely had more, I think maybe like proof of concept, he had that under his belt, and he really is a very natural host. I am excited to see him develop this skill set. He's got good banter, very good banter. You need good banter. And last night was ridiculously fun. I ended up coming in second place. That is really, I missed some dumb questions, but holy macaroni, when you are on the spot, you can't remember things like Randy Jackson. I didn't remember Randy Jackson's name. And unfortunately, saying what is and then picturing it didn't work. It wasn't enough of an answer. And I had a couple of other flubs too, but the flubs end up being as funny as anything else. So congrats to Aspen Drip, and also Spoon Man was there. We were the 3 contestants, and it was just really so much fun because we got to interact with one another. We got to participate in trivia. There was a competitive element. There was a strategy element. The only downside of being a contestant is that you can't see chat, and I have to say, chat is it is up there in terms of why Twitch is such a fun experience when I am in communities that I vibe with, like Bad Blando and like Cartoon Therapy. Those would be my top two, and not in that order. Let's calm down, everybody. Like they're tied. You're all my favorite children. Every single one of you. Yeah, I had a great time, and I would love to do it again. And it also was a really kind entry into being on Twitch. Did not have the hosting pressure. I got to be there. I got to get a feel for it. And that was really neat. I'm still not sure exactly where I sit with wanting to be live. I think in some ways I would enjoy the communication, the back and forth, the more conversational aspect of it. And so I'm not ruling it out. And now I feel like I have more confidence that I could do it. So yeah, thanks Bad Blando for having me on. And I'm very excited for tonight. Tonight, every Friday night, Bad Blando does another concept stream called Body Cams, Friday Night Body Cams, body yaddy 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 yaddy, body yaddy 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 yaddy, body yaddy 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 yaddy, body yaddy 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 yaddy. And it is guaranteed to be a laugh. And we all missed the question of where do a lot of body cam videos take place. In Wisconsin, it's lacrosse. My brain went again, was not enough to get me the points. And I am most annoyed with myself about missing the Harry Horror Show question. As an overthinker, questions like, I think the question was, who is Ange's favorite horror or true crime streamer? Who is Ange's favorite true crime streamer? And so I start getting into my head about that. I'm like, well, okay, does that include, do the people we watch on YouTube, do they stream sometimes? Or is this Twitch streamers only? And if it's Twitch streamers only, is it active Twitch streamers? And so I actually had it down to Harry and Bose. And because Harry is taking a break, I decided to go with Bose, which I know if I was going to miss the question that, like, at least it was Bose. I think I'd like to imagine that, Harry, that you're okay with that. I miss you, Harry Horror Show, if you happen to see this. And yeah, just fantastic time. Would love to do it again. I'm looking forward to participating next time in the chat. And yeah, I had so much fun. Thank you for listening. Check out tonight's or any Friday night's body cam stream. It's a hilarious time. It's imagine if you ever watched Cops or the real-time cop shows that whatever the one that got like canceled or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Involved with what's her name? Lana Del Rey's ex is involved with it. That one. It's like the funny parts from those. Sometimes there is a serious element to it, but there's usually someone doing something ridiculous. Usually you'll see a cop having to deal with a situation where you're just like, I didn't come here trying to, build or damage a relationship with cops, and you leave with empathy anyway, because you're just like, geez, like, the people that show up, these are the people that show up in some really intense and ridiculous situations. Lots of inebriated people trying to gaslight the police into what did or did not happen, and like getting a command from a police and just being like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, what? There are themes, there are patterns that have emerged from this study of the body cams, and it's a celebration of, human beings are all over the place, and only assholes drink and drive and get inebriated and drive. You could hurt someone, you know? So those are the kinds of people that you're like, I can hit pause on all my deep feelings and thoughts about the prison industrial complex. A truth is that I'm glad in scenarios where if, a person was driving off, swerving all over the place, that there are people that can make that stop so that no one gets hurt. And I do think it also helps to see how stupid people look when they make these stupid decisions. Yeah, it's a great time, and I had a fantastic time last night. You can check out the VOD. I'll put some links in the description so you can have that. I'll put some links to Bad Blando. I'll put links to the VOD, and I will also add a link to Cartoon Therapy. I am a mod for the Cartoon Therapy stream. It's a different kind of stream. You may not have seen anything quite like it before, and that's the beauty of it. So that's another one, like these streams that you can go and participate in and you leave feeling lifted, elevated, connected, like you got some social value, social validation, social interaction from the experience that you wouldn't get from binging TV, binging whatever, just scrolling through social media, which are all valid ways to spend your free time. But me personally, having a low effort, high payoff, community moment that is an option when I have the evening and it lines up and I'm able to join streams, it's a really beautiful thing. And on the weekends too. So I'm Mom Boy. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm trying some new things, some new camera angles. I love animals. You're going to see a lot of birds if you stick around these parts. That's called a murmuration. That's Mom Boy's word of the day. It's murmuration. Okay. Happy March. Be good. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Stay hydrated. Go for a walk. If you feel like giving up, go through the checklist. Are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Is there a chance that a shower would make you feel better, even if you go stand or sit and just turn it on and let the water hit you in the face or in the back of the head? And if you think, no, that's not going to help me, if you can, try it, right? And then go through that list, right? So you get through those. Those are your kind of basic needs. Do you need a hug? Is there someone who could give you a hug? Do they know that you need a hug? Do they know that you're open to them giving you a hug? Do you need a nap? Do you need sleep? Do you need more nutritious food? How's your body doing? Is the body vibing with your choices? Take care of you. It's really important. See you next time. Bye.